Hey, it's Dusti Martin with Platinum Living Realty, dropping in to give you your monthly market update for the towns of Cave Creek and Carefree. If you're wondering what the real estate market is doing this month, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, buckle up, let's go. All right, so let's just dive right into it. Our active listings in Cave Creek and Carefree are up, some of the highest in the valley at 41.9% over this time last year. And that's to say we had less than 200 listings in this area, or last year, I should say. But this year we're up to 271. That's really still not a lot for two different towns. That's usually the type of inventory we carry in a summer when nobody is here. Our sold listings are up, contrary to a lot of other places in the valley. We are up 3.1% over this time last year. That's 2 wholesales more than last year. Most of the valley's actually down somewhere between 7 and 15% year over year in terms of the number of sales that they're having. So luckily, we're having little to no change, and the change that we have had has been positive for Cave Creek and Carefree. Our median price per square foot is also up more than average around the valley this year at 7.7% more than we were selling for per square foot last year. Last year, our median price per square foot was about $332.45. This year, we are at $357.99. So almost $358 as a median price per square foot in Cave Creek and Carefree. That's a really good place to be. And 7.7% year over year gains. That's a really, really good year over year return on your investment. Normally, we're looking for 2 to 4%. Prior to the last 5 years, 1 to 2% was considered normal. So when you're up well over 7, almost 8%, you're having a good year. So contrary to a lot of the clickbait and the doom or gloom headlines that you might be seeing on TV these days, our sales price, our value here in Cave Creek and Carefree is doing very well. Our months of supply, though, is up 37.6% over this time last year. This time last year, we had 2.98 months of supply, so just less than 3 months of inventory. This year, we have 4.11 months of supply. So we've gained a little over a month's worth of inventory. That's actually not terrible. 4 months or less is considered a seller's market, but where we're at 4.11, we're not even anywhere near balanced, even stable market territory. So then let's move on and look at our median days on market. That's down 16.3% over this time last year. Last year, we were selling things in about 52 days. This year, we're at 43 days. So we dropped almost 2 weeks worth of inventory, 10 days or so, 11 days. And when you think of it in terms like that, when you look at the big picture, you're going to realize that, yeah, we've got a lot more homes to sell, but more of them are selling. They're selling for more money, and they're selling a lot faster, even though we have more inventory. So that's not a bad place to be. That's showing us that our area is still highly desirable, maybe even more so than other places around the valley who aren't seeing gains as high as ours year over year. So take it with a grain of salt. Make sure you remember that real estate is always super local, and it's going to vary not just from state to state, but it's going to vary by city to city and even zip code to zip code, and within those zip codes, neighborhood to neighborhood. So if you really want to know what your home's worth, you need to talk to a local agent who can calculate that for you. With that said, this is the part of the video where we normally switch over to our price points. This is super important if you're looking to buy a home in Cave Creek or Carefree, or sell your home in Cave Creek and Carefree, because knowing what the inventory and the months of supply is gives you an idea of where you should be in terms of your pricing, your negotiating, and ultimately how long it should take you to sell your home. So like I said, overall for the entire 2 towns of Cave Creek and Carefree, we're at 4.11 months of supply. The $0 to $100,000 price range and the $100,000 to $200,000 price range, we don't have any data, unfortunately. So there is no inventory. Therefore, there's nothing to calculate. My guess is if something came on the market in those price ranges, it would get snagged up really quick. Then we look at our $200,000 to $300,000 price range, and that is an even 1 month's worth of inventory. That is a lightning hot seller's market. However, there was only one property that met that criteria this past month, and it sold. So that's what gives us our 1 month's worth of inventory. If you have others, it's probably going to be a super hot seller's market with lots of multiple offer scenarios. Then we're going to look at our $300,000 to $500,000 price range, and we aren't much better off there at 1.33 months of supply. You're going to see multiple offers. You will probably see, at least for the homes that are priced even somewhat appropriately, over asking price scenarios. Then we're going to look at the $500,000 to $700,000 price range, and things calm down a little bit at 3 months worth of inventory. And you might have 1 or 2 scenarios with multiple offers, but it's not going to be a feeding frenzy. If you do get those multiple offers, it's likely to be like maybe 2 offers here and there, 3 tops. But you're not likely to see 5, 10, 15 offers on every single listing. It's going to be the really good listings, and it's going to be 1 or 2 offers here and there. Then we're going to look at our $700,000 to $1 million price range. We're at 2.85 months of supply, so just under 3 months worth of inventory. Again, you're going to see a little more aggressive bidding behavior amongst buyers. You're going to see homes selling a little faster, and you're going to see multiple offer situations more often than you would at the lower price point that we just discussed. Then we're going to look at the $1 to $3 million price range, and we're at 5.22 months of supply. This is exactly where we were this time last year. So I'm going to call it being more towards an even stable market in this price range is a good thing, but it's also becoming our normal. Normally in the $1 to $3 million price range, you would see a buyer's market because there's just less people that can qualify for a $1 million home. Let's face it. Seeing relatively no change there in our inventory levels should be a really good sign for those of you owning a home. In fact, the majority of the homes listed in Cave Creek and Carefree fall into this category. So with that said, you're not going to see a lot of bidding wars or over asking list prices. You're not going to see multiple offers and people waiving inspections and stuff unless you are super aggressive with your pricing and your marketing. And you better be the prettiest girl on the block, especially if you are somebody who needs to get your home sold soon. If you are just kind of average about it and so, expect it to take 5 to 6 months to sell your home. Whereas if you need to be gone, if say you've got a transfer that you need to do, you're going to have to be more aggressive with your pricing, plain and simple. Then we're going to look at the $3 million and over price range. There are 25 properties this month that were available and only 1 sold. That left us with 25 months of supply. That is a super strong buyer's market. It could take you over 2 years to sell that home if it's not priced appropriately and marketed exceedingly aggressively. And my recommendation would be to be marketing it in other states. Because of that, this time last year, we only had 12 homes in this price range. And this year we've got 25 that are trying to be offloaded. So when you have such a large spike in the inventory, now albeit one did sell this past month, where last year this month, this price range had no sales. So we didn't have anything to calculate. This year, we are back into extreme buyer's market territory for this price range, over $3 million. And I hate to say it, but you got to be the prettiest girl on the block. You've got to have the prettiest price. You got to have the prettiest house. And you've got to have exceptional marketing that is highly detailed and directed at the most likely potential buyer. If you're wondering what your home would sell for in today's market, or if you're thinking of buying a home in Cave Creek or Carefree, go ahead and give me a call, 480-717-9405, or visit my website at dustimartinrealtor.com.